This is Alex, Paul and Jess, a team of hustlers who have one aim: to make you, the public, part with your hard-earned cash. In this series, the hustlers will attempt to pull off some of their toughest scams yet, and to do so, they'll appear as you've never seen them before. This is The Real Hustle Undercover. After hundreds of scams, the hustlers face the real problem of recognition. So they've had to come up with new ways of keeping their identity secret, enabling them to keep pulling off daring cons. The hustlers have assembled numerous disguises and created various characters, all designed to get the job of cheating you out of your money done. On tonight's show, hunters are coughing up for a miracle cure.
Been trying to get him to give up smoking for ages.
The hustlers go wheeling and dealing for cars.
It's cash, okay.
And Danny Dyer goes through the mill as our first celebrity hustler.
The excitement on their faces, I feel terrible.
All the people on this show have been hustled for real. And after being given their money back, they agreed that the footage could be shown so you can avoid being ripped off by the same scams. Each year, thousands of used cars are sold privately in the UK, with both buyers and sellers cutting out the dealer and doing face-to-face transactions. However, it's a market that operates on trust between complete strangers,
Like, of course, is it available, please?
which can end up costing you much more than you might save,
What days do you have available for a viewing?
as the hustlers are about to demonstrate. This is the Auto Trade-Up. The hustlers have come to the affluent Oxfordshire countryside to view a high-performance sports car that's being sold privately. It's a two-seater 2006 Porsche Cayman and has a market value of £30,000. To pull this scam off, the hustlers have gone deep undercover.
Thank you, Mr. Crook.
Alex has taken the role of a wealthy Saudi tycoon, Sheikh Khalil. Jess is his wife Fatima. And Paul is their faithful driver, Mr. Crook.
Good morning. Are you the owner of this? All right. Okay. Do you mind if I have a look?
Yes, sure.
Yes? Okay. Very good. One thing I wanted to ask is cash okay for the payment? Yeah? That's okay, that's no problem. Mr. Crook, you've arranged for the cash, right?
Cash in the car, sir.
Cash in the car.
Now the pleasantries are over with, it's time to make their move.
You want to try driving? You want to drive with me? Would it be okay to take for a test drive?
Yeah, okay. I hope you won't be long because
No?
I'm only here for a limited time.
Okay.
And I have to go to London today.
We
Okay,
only
no
have 10
problem.
minutes, sir. We do have to...
10 minutes? Okay. My driver will stay with you. Okay.
The Mark has bought the act, enough to let them take the car for an unaccompanied test drive, and Paul's going to stay behind as security.
Well,
Okay, do you want to have a tea or
I would absolutely love to have a cup of tea.
Within 5 minutes of arriving, Alex and Jess are driving off in a 30 grand sports car. Left with the Mark, Paul takes the first opportunity to rig a hidden camera in the kitchen and play the role of the put-upon driver.
He's not the easiest man to work for, let's put it that way.
no job is easy, you know?
That's This is true.
But there's no time for small talk. The Mark's expecting a car back shortly, so Paul puts his exit plan into action.
A little further. Am I blocking the driveway here? Should I?
Yeah, it's
Just wondering if I should pull the car in here, maybe.
All right, I think you should. You're parking in the driveway. Yes.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yes.
Why don't I do that? Milk and 1 sugar, please.
Okay.
Paul leaves the Mark to finish making his cuppa. But tea is the last thing on his mind. He's out of there. It's not long before the Mark starts to wonder where a guest is. And discovers that he and his car have disappeared. She's been left high and dry. Now genuinely concerned, the Mark calls her boyfriend to break the bad news.
I think you should come. Yeah, I think you should come.
But there's nothing he'll be able to do. She's just handed the keys to his pride and joy over to some total strangers. And they've vanished into thin air. Most people would be satisfied with a 30 grand Porsche. But this isn't the end of the road for Alex and Jess. Far from it. Say goodbye to Sheikh Halil and Fatima and meet a well-heeled young couple called Ben and Susie. It's time to hit the road again and turn a good day into an even better one. Keep watching to find out how the hustlers turn this 30 grand Porsche into their biggest ever payday. The life of a hustler is considered glamorous by some, so who better to put them right than a celebrity? Each week, Alex, Jess and Paul take a well-known personality and put them in the shoes of a hustler.
I feel sick.
They give you the inside track
It feels so bad.
and learn the harsh realities of just how it feels to con the public.
As soon as you see him walk away, like,
I felt so awful afterwards.
Oh, I hate myself now.
This is the Celebrity Hustle. This week's celebrity is actor Danny Dyer, star of the hit films Football Factory, Human Traffic and Mean Machine.
it's the idea of not knowing, to prepare yourself for what you got to do, you know what I mean? That's the thing. I just ain't got a clue what's going to get put in front of me. You've got to have a lot of front. It's got to be really game. You've got to be game for anything. You've got to be quick off the mark, you know? You've got to have an answer for everything. And I want to know what it is. I want to get involved now. I want to start getting my hands dirty.
Danny doesn't have long to wait. It's time to meet the hustlers and find out what's in store for him.
Be selling things from the back of a van.
All right.
But there is one more thing. When you've made a sale, you're then going to do a switch.
This is the pitch and switch.
The pitch and switch.
Yeah, I'll show you the switch part.
So Danny's got to try his hand at the pitch and switch. It's a classic con. The hustler offers to sell passers-by electrical goods, like these Blu-ray DVD players, from the back of a van for a knockdown price.
You need to put it back in the box.
So you slip it down there, you don't actually put it in the box.
No, got it.
But one switch later, the unsuspecting customer walks away with something entirely different. In this case, a phone book.
There's £2 worth of stock right there.
Now,
And a black bag.
just in
And then
case
you've got to draw them in, and you've got to sell them, and then you've got to switch it.
we get away with that. Right, let's go gear you up.
All right.
And
What he's having to do.
Fully prepped, Danny heads off with the boys to a carefully selected location.
That's like a cancer state. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
One last thing though, Danny can't get recognised or it'll blow the scam. But Alex and Paul have got it covered.
Oh, I saw that fringe out of me. Is that fringe?
Who's the guy in the monkeys?
You got it. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's all I need, isn't it?
Let's go.
Let's get up there. Let's get up there.
Said everything so you're happy.
Alex and Paul take up their positions. They're around should anything go badly wrong, but otherwise, Danny's on his own. Although this is a simple scam, it requires skill and audacity to pull it off. Danny takes a bit of time to settle his nerves and get his boxes ready for the switch. And soon spots a couple of potential customers.
These two?
It's showtime.
Boys.
There's no turning back now.
How you doing? You all right? Do you watch films? Yeah. Listen, mate, I'm selling these Blu-ray players, right? Now, what it is, well, I've been delivering them all day. All cushy, nothing wrong with them, right? I've been issued with 2 more than what I should have, right? Now, they're not nicked, nothing like that, but have a look at it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. I just want to get rid of them. So, I mean, look, they're worth £250 How much dough you got, Rat Manager?
Probably about a ton.
You got a ton, Rat Manager? Yeah? I'll give it, look, you know it with a ton.
What do you reckon, mate?
It's all sweet as, mate, there's nothing wrong with it at all.
Danny's got them interested, but can he clinch the deal?
Tell you what, all right, look here, 80 quid. 80, Jib? Yeah? Honestly, mate, they're good as gold. I just want to get rid of them.
Danny's pictures worked, but now comes the hard part. He's got to switch the Blu-ray player for the box containing a phone book without the marks noticing.
Where you from?
Colchester.
Colchester, boys.
Yeah.
Colchester. Oh, that's sweet.
What about yourself, you local?
Yeah, mate, I live just over here on this estate here.
Danny seems to be struggling, and the marks might spot the switch. So Paul and Alex go in to divert their attention.
Need to move along, mate.
He's all right, he's with me, mate, he's sweet.
Yeah, no, we need to move.
All right, listen, look, these are sweet as enough, these two. They're good as gold, they've come down to London.
What do you give it you for?
I've got 80 Jib, mate. Let them go and have a booze, innit?
250 quid, mate. Come on, Dave, we've got to get out of here. The parking warden's looking at me funny, you know what I mean?
No.
It's worked. Danny's managed to do the switch unnoticed, and the marks are getting ready to hand over the money.
Well done, boys. You've had a little result there, isn't it?
It's a done deal. Danny takes £80 in cash from the marks and hands them their phony Blu-ray player.
Cheers. See you later. One there you go, boys. Have a good day, yeah? Just shut the doors.
Be good. Come.
Oh.
The marks walk off happy with their purchase. But what about Danny?
As soon as I've done the blag, I'll get this incredible amount of guilt. As soon as you see him walk away, like, I didn't even treat him to the leads. I give them nothing. And it's the excitement on their faces, you know what I mean? I feel terrible. I feel bad. I didn't think I would feel this bad.
No wonder he's feeling guilty. We caught up with the marks just around the corner.
What the Nah, we've just got 2 yellow pages in there.
It's not a good thing, blagging people, right? And I've done it in the past. I know it goes on every day and people got around £1 note, but there really is other ways to make a living. I would say to people, be aware, you know? If you come across a geezer with a mad wig on, a pair of bins and a grey beanie hat, you swerve him at all costs.
Still to come, is there no smoke without fire?
Oh, that's minging. If you get that reaction, it's worth.
And the hustlers have their eyes on a 60 grand prize.
Love the seats.
Match my dress.
I know.
For millions of smokers, kicking the habit is the hardest thing to do. Desperate to quit, but unable to do so, smokers are constantly on the lookout for a magical cure. It's a market worth around £100 million a year. But smokers need worry no more, because our hustlers have the answer.
We'll be here tomorrow, we'll be here Thursday next week.
This is the smoking cure scam. Jess and Paul are marketing a miracle smoking cure.
How are you?
Do you smoke?
No.
It's a system that you spray it in your mouth for about 3 hours, makes cigarettes taste terrible. Very, very effective way of quitting. Most people cut in half in 2 weeks and have quit completely in 3 months.
Those are bold statistics. Halve your cigarette intake in 2 weeks and quit completely in 3 months.
How much does it cost?
£15. So you do 2 sprays a day, that'll last for about 3 months.
£15 isn't much compared to the money that could be saved by giving up. But she's not interested. But with such a great product for sale, it doesn't take long for someone who is.
Hello, hi.
Do you smoke? Do you want to quit smoking?
Your turn.
This guy has tried to quit but failed on each occasion. The hustlers have got their work cut out here.
The idea is that a spray lasts for about 3 hours, it reacts with the filter in the cigarette. Within 2 weeks, I reckon you smoke half as much. Within 3 months, you won't be smoking at all. £15.
Have you got a cigarette on you? Light it up and we'll do a sample for you. That's okay, isn't it?
Confident in their product, the hustlers are convinced they can succeed where all other attempts have failed, and are even offering a try before you buy.
Put that down there, walk around.
She's going to spray me without Factual.
Sorry, no.
No.
Sorry, just turn this way. Come in now.
Surely the hustlers aren't in possession of a genuine smoking cure.
Might prove it.
Right, just carry on smoking.
Yeah, just put it back in your mouth.
It appears that they are.
You're right. Isn't it?
He stubs his cigarette out immediately. Miracle cure indeed.
Like yourself.
We've been trying to get him to give up smoking for ages.
That's amazing, isn't it? That lasts for 3
Great,
hours.
isn't it?
Seeing the instant effect, they reach for the money and hand over 15 quid for a bottle.
Thank you, you're very welcome.
Enjoy.
Enjoy quitting.
You get that reaction, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Take
Have a
care
good
now.
day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Still spitting in the street.
And he's not the only one. When you have a product that actually works, it just sells itself.
Thank you.
There you go. That's one for you, and one for you.
Happy quitting.
Every single person who tries it buys it, making Paul and Jess hundreds of pounds. But how have the hustlers come across the most effective cure for smoking when it's not even in the shops?
Good luck.
Take care.
Thank you.
Let's see. Back in the den, Alex packaged up the products carefully, filling each bottle with the sole ingredient, water. At 15 quid a pop, that's an expensive bottle of H2O. A few carefully designed labels later, and they were ready to go to market. So if it's just water, how on earth were the customers getting such strong reactions? Here's how. Paul asks the smoker to light their cigarette and place it in the ashtray.
Just really want you to try it first, and just
Okay.
put the cigarette.
Just have that. Just put that down there.
Paul then puts his hand into the box next to him. In this box is a pot containing a liquid used to stop people from biting their nails. As Jess sprays the water into the smoker's mouth, Paul uses that distraction to rub the liquid onto the filter of the cigarette.
No.
Sorry, just turn this way. Come in now.
Good luck.
Okay.
Always giving the desired effect, the taste will remain in the smoker's mouth long enough to convince them that it works.
Do you want to carry on smoking? No. Thank you very much.
But what happened when we asked the smokers to try the bottle that they just bought?
It's not the same result.
Doesn't taste any different. Just taste of nothing now.
Just spent £15 on a bottle of water.
Oh my god.
They weren't pushy. He told me to, like, obviously, you don't believe it, try it. And he tried it, and it worked.
We've always been looking for things like this, and when someone offers you a quick fix...
Yeah, you're going to take it, aren't you?
Millions of smokers are always looking to quit. Now, that's a huge market available to hustlers. This little solution is very attractive for people because it's relatively effortless and also quite cheap.
Always be very dubious about a product that makes such bold claims. Just think about it. If there was a magic cure for smoking, would they really have to sell it on a market stall?
We all enjoy a night on the town. And a good night becomes a great one when it doesn't cost a penny.
Here's the challenge.
The Hustlers are going to show you how to win drinks off your mates by using proposition bets.
Yeah, all right.
The prop bet makes you believe you're onto a sure thing, but of course, the Hustlers always have the edge, so you don't stand a chance. So watch and learn. Paul's out in a Brighton bar and is hoping to get a free drink by using an egg.
All you have to do is get an egg to stand up on the table like that.
Okay.
Sounds a little bit easy, doesn't it? Maybe, I'll tell you what, instead of that, why don't we, instead of making it stand on the table, what if we were to get it to balance on the rim of the bottle?
Oh, you're kidding.
Yes, that could work.
That sounds a little bit more difficult, doesn't it?
Can we put the lid back on?
No?
No,
It's got to be balanced here.
That is on the rim of the bottle.
Yeah, but it's going to be standing up like that without you touching it. Now, if I have to do it, you guys do have to agree to buy me a drink, though. That's the deal.
No, I was going to do something really clever. It's not going to work. Something like that, but...
Something like that, but, you know, without the gravity problem that you're...
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Okay. Let me start with the basics. Okay, let's see. Pass me the salt then.
There you go.
There we go, thank you very much. This is pretty cool because you can make it stand, but as long as you do this when people aren't looking, just a little bit of adhesion might help. And balance it in the salt, so that'll balance, hopefully, upright. Now watch, here's the cool thing. So now it kind of looks like it's standing on its own. Now I'm not going to ask you to get me a drink for that because that's not the bet, is it? The bet is to balance it here. Right, hands off the table, no wobbling. Now that is exactly it. It is pretty good, isn't it? There you go. That's a drink from each one of you, for me.
Paul's first trick is simply an excuse to wet the end of the egg and cover it with a layer of salt. Of course, you could never balance an egg on its own, as it has a perfectly rounded shell. But the salt creates a platform, allowing it, with a bit of careful handling, to balance on the rim of the bottle.
It's not, it's not a stunt. It is the real deal.
Earlier on,
Would it be okay to take for a test drive?
we saw Alex and Jess, aka Sheikh Halil and Fatima, make off with the private seller's 30 grand Porsche. They then ditched the disguises to become a well-heeled young couple called Ben and Susie.
Really?
Yeah.
Now find out why. Alex and Jess have crossed into the wealthy Hertfordshire commuter belt for the next stage of the scam. The Porsche wasn't the only car Jess had arranged to view that day.
Oh, hi there. I'm calling about your Ferrari that I've seen advertised. Is it still available? It is. Oh, lovely.
The Hustlers have got their eye on that 2004 Ferrari Spider, worth a cool 60 grand.
They're always trying to... Hi, I'm Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Hi.
And this is Susie.
Nice to meet you.
We're here about the car.
Yes.
Susie's birthday present. So,
Rich boy Ben gets straight to the point.
would it be possible to have a little drive?
But how will he convince the Mark to let him take her £60,000 Ferrari for a drive without her in it?
I'll leave you the keys to my car.
That's where the Porsche comes in. Using it as collateral, Alex leaves her the keys, which she politely accepts. Whilst the Mark goes to get the Ferrari keys, the hustlers check out the goods.
Isn't that lovely? I love the seats.
I know. Match my dress.
It's absolutely lovely. Excellent.
And just like that, she hands Alex the keys to her £60,000 Ferrari. The hustler's Porsche and expensive attire were all it took to convince this Mark that her car would be in safe hands. Big mistake.
Yes.
Yeah.
She even clears the way for their exit.
I've never driven one of these in my entire life.
I know you haven't.
With no sign of the young couple in her Ferrari, it soon dawns on the Mark that she's been scammed. But by then, it's too late. The hustlers have saddled the Mark with a stolen Porsche that can't be traced back to them. Having started with nothing, the hustlers have driven away with a Ferrari worth £60,000. Not a bad day's work.
Because they left their driver with me, I thought, you know, it's perfectly okay. Then he just gone out and never came back. He disappeared as well.
They drove off, and after 4 or 5 minutes when they didn't come back, that's when I realised there's something not right. I don't know what they do with them once they get them. I suppose they drive off, change the plates, or it could have gone onto a lorry and you wouldn't have found it on the road anyway.
I mean, it's a big thing to steal a car, you know. It's not so easy.
Hustlers are always developing old scams in order to create new ones, and in this case, 2 scams are combined. They take that car that's worth £30,000 and use it as collateral to get possession of a much more expensive car.
Be aware that when you accept something as collateral, A, it might not be theirs, and B, it might not be worth as much as you think.
Wondering if I should pull the car in.
So remember, hustlers are everywhere, and people aren't always who or what you think.
Really?
Yeah.
Hiya, you smoke?
Appearances can be deceiving, so think twice and keep your wits and cash about you.
More brand new scams next Thursday at 10:30 as the new series continues. Lined up on BBC Three, we've got a load of people who'll make you pleased we're now in a new year. Most Annoying People, 2009, coming through in a sec.